right, y'all, we'll get started here in just a second. Grab your notebooks, grab your pens and your paper. The note takers are the money makers. So we will get started here in about 60 seconds. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Excited to have here with us. Today is a journey. Today is the start of something new within your life. There is opportunity out there. We are in the land of the United States. So there is so much money available out on the streets and in our communities. And so we're excited to go over this opportunity with you and share something that has possibility to change your life. And so excited to have you guys with us. There's going to be a few more people trickling in over the next few minutes. And so first off, wanted to give yourself a good morning, give yourself a brief round of applause for showing up. 90% of life is showing up. There's opportunity out there, and not everyone will get rich. Not everyone will have time freedom and income opportunity like they want, but those who show up, those who are available, and those who are here are going to at least be in the right room. They say that life is about who you surround yourself with. I would highly encourage y'all to make sure that you're up, available, ready with cameras on so that you can ultimately be tuned in and maybe not sleeping on the couch. And so it's nice to be here. And from what we are going to go over this week, we will sharpen ourselves, and we'll have a platform to be able to build on top of. This is not the start all end all, the university, but it is a platform where you can launch your career wherever you're at. I can promise you that not only are we expanding, but we've done literally billions of dollars of sales just this year. And those who are here will have an opportunity to tap in and to do something special. Let's say, so if we could maybe just, Jordan, if you could kick us off and kind of share a little bit about what to maybe expect this upcoming week.
Absolutely. Well, guys, first of all, I'm glad you guys all made it. We speak to close to about 70 to 80 people each week. So you guys were all selected for different reasons. So first of all, this was a pleasure to connect with you. So over this week, what we're going to do, it's very simple. We're going to give you guys the tools and the knowledge, not only to be able to sell solar, but really be able to sell anything, right? So first of all, you got to get your mind right, right? You know, it's very cheesy. You guys see this bullshit on Instagram all the time. Think positive. That's half the battle, right? Because people are going to tell you no, and how you respond to rejection is ultimately going to affect your trajectory, right? So with that being said, you know, we have a phenomenal opportunity to learn from Mr. Lynch. Danny's been in solar for 5 years, has cracked multiple six figures over the past 3 years. So I don't know another opportunity, where you can make $200,000-300,000 working for yourself, but not by yourself, right? So a little bit about me. I'm a sales trainer. I'm a consultant. I've been in sales for the past 6 years. I've sold everything from construction packages to lead generation to solar, water filtration systems. You guys name it. There's a good chance I probably sold something very similar, right? So ultimately, guys, keep your mind open, right? And be able to think outside the box, be creative, and be willing to work, right? Like, we're not going to bullshit you. You guys can sit in this class, we can all take notes, we can, laugh at each other's jokes. But if there's no application after this class, no one's going to make money, right? So just want to be very upfront with that. This is not a get rich quick. You talk to your aunt, she says, "Oh, of course, I'm going to go solar." So needless to say, this is going to be a very comprehensive course we're excited to do here this week. So it's going to be a lot about, mindsets, actually how to talk to not only strangers, but your friends and family without reeking of a salesman. And then obviously basic solar knowledge. So life's a continuous process. We're going to keep on learning, but needless to say, I'm ready to get started.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Jordan. So again, there's opportunity, right? And so just like when you join a gym, there's an opportunity to get in shape. Just because you join the gym and you drive to the gym and you walk into the gym doesn't ultimately mean you're going to get in shape. And so with that being said, there is a chance that somebody could show up and take all the notes and then learn and not apply, and then ultimately be sitting there saying, what happened? Maybe solar isn't for me. Maybe sales is not for me, because you learned. It's like you learned to shoot a basketball, you watched basketball, you love basketball, but if you never get on the court and actually shoot yourself and miss some shots and then make some shots, that's ultimately what it'll boil down to be. And so we actually have one of the original Nomads here with us live. Mr. Chris, are you here with us?
Yes, I am. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning. Good morning. Mr. Chris is over in the Scottsdale area. He has cracked multiple 5-figure income and has had made 10, 20, 30, $40,000 months, and might have some good insight for y'all to tap into as a nomad. Chris, share with us just some of your background, your experience, and what to expect in this week's academy.
Absolutely. Hey, good morning, guys, and good morning, Nomad University. 90% of life is showing up. So you guys getting on this call already says a lot about you and your personality. Danny's going to have some amazing things to say and just download upon you guys this week. So keep showing up on time and keep plugging in, because this is where it starts. This is where it all begins. A little bit about me, a little bit about my background. I'm originally from Pennsylvania. I'm East Coaster. I moved to LA. I lived in LA for a good 10 years, but ultimately wanted to buy a house. So now I'm down here in the Arizona market, just a little bit better of a market to buy a house down here in Arizona than LA. A little bit crazy. So I've been here the last 4 or 5 years in Arizona. So I'm really good with the Arizona market. I'm really good with the California market, understand both markets. As well as the Dallas market, really good. I keep going back between all three. Being one of the original Nomads, we are on the road a lot. But yeah, I had the honor of training with Danny at one of my former companies, and he kind of took me under wing, which is a blessing in itself. I was able to go from 0 sales my first month to 15 sales my first month. So I was already doing $50,000 commissions my first month in solar sales, and things have really not looked back since then. It's been an awesome,
Chris, when you
journey.
take $40,000 in a month, is that, how much of that do you take home? All 40, like that's your money, just to be
That's
clear.
my money.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is, again, as special as Chris is, what his ability is like he mentioned, he showed up. There is a chance where he could have just learned about solar and learned everything and then not applied it. And how much would you have made if you didn't go apply it?
Probably nothing.
And so he went out, he took action, and Chris, it's always a pleasure to be connected with you. You are not only just an incredible student, but you're also now a teacher to the game. And so we're excited to have you plug in. Is there if you could give one piece of advice to this upcoming class, what would you share?
I think I already said it, guys. It just keeps showing up. If you have just a little, like a pinhole of opportunity to get close to Danny, or just see him do it. If you guys can get U-bills, like the goal is to get U-bills. If you guys can get a utility bill from your friends, neighbors, or family, anybody, and get it in Danny's hand, you get to watch the master sell. So as many times as you can get him to sell, the more you get to download, the more you get to see objections, the more you get to be basically inside the home virtually, or inside the home with Danny. That is how you go the fastest. Like I got Danny a lot of U-bills in the beginning, and I was able to see Danny do his thing. And I was able to become Danny in a month's time. So just work hard and get those U-bills and pass Danny the rock.
Sounds good. And just a little clarification on that is, let's say that you want to see how a solar sale happens. Ultimately, if I'm not in, I do a travel every single week. I'm all over the United States. But what can happen is, let's say you have a family member in maybe Las Vegas that wants to go solar. You can get their electric bill, and just like we're right now, I can get on Zoom with you and either your client or a family member, and then show you how the process works, both virtually. We teach how to do virtual sales. We teach how to literally sell solar on the phones, where you could be in Europe, you could be on the beach, you can do wherever you want to be, and help clients upgrade to solar energy just by talking on the phone. And then my favorite is actually being in person, being in someone's house and actually helping them upgrade, do a free upgrade to solar. And so with that being said, we thank you again, Chris. I know you're a busy man and you have a lot to do today. So thank you again, sir. And so today we're literally going to tap in. There's a saying that note takers are the money makers. And so the one of our key mottos is no matter what. And so you will face adversity. You will face a mindset shift throughout this university, where you'll hit the wall. You'll have a moment, y'all, where you look in the mirror, you wake up, we all do our hair, our makeup, we do what we have to do to get ready for our day, get dressed. We look in the mirror, and then we have to ask ourselves a series of questions. What is it that I want to do? I have 24 hours in my day. What am I going to choose to do with this 24 hours? How am I going to be different? And when my friends or family or significant other looks at me and says, that doesn't sound like a safe, secure job, or like, that doesn't, like, don't you want guaranteed pay? Don't you want an hourly wage? And if you're looking for safety and security, Best Buy is hiring for $10, $20 an hour. You can go apply there. You can tap in and you can sell your soul for $20 an hour, $30 an hour, whatever they say. But if you are looking for multiple 5-figure income months, meaning $10, $20, $30,000 a month, like Chris, like Jordan, and like a lot of the other nomads, is you have an opportunity to wake up and to take different decisions. Tony Robbins says it is in moments of decision where your destiny is shaped. And so we have the ability to make decisions every day on, are we going to go to the gym? Are we going to dress nice? Are we going to go out? Are we going to join this club? Are we going to do something different? Or are we going to stay stuck on stupid, doing the same things repetitively, expecting a different result? And so this week, there's going to be a lot of solar talk as well, but we're also going to talk about being an entrepreneur. And if being an entrepreneur was easy, everyone would be killing it. Everyone would have a lot of money. Everyone would be happy, skinny, healthy, and fit. And so we share not only just the solar sales tips, but some of the education that you'll get will be how to manage yourself as an entrepreneur and how to be proactive with your life, so that there's no guessing what's happening. It is literally a recipe. And some of the sales tactics and the things you'll learn are so valuable that you can take it into another industry. You'll carry some skills. Your friends will look at you and think about you and say, what happened to Jose? What happened to Kayla? I mean, she seems different. She's walking different. She's talking different. Something's different about them. And so ultimately, there's a saying that elevation requires separation. And if you want to go to the top, as you're on the elevator, you will find yourself. They say that the higher you go, people get off. So if you have your friends and your family on the elevator with you, the higher that you want to go up, there's going to be some people that are going to have to get off. Some people are in your life for a reason. Some people are in your life for a season, and some people are in your life for a lifetime. And so you have decisions to make every single day, but you ultimately have to. It's sometimes it's the people that love us the most that want us to be safe and happy, and they're looking out for us by trying to make a suggestion. But ultimately, my parents, before I even made money in solar, they were like, Danny, dude, you were going to law school. Why are you trying to sell? You've never even shown interest in science, Danny. Selling solar panels. What the heck? What do you mean? And so ultimately what happens is there's an opportunity out there to where that we can take advantage of and grow. And so we actually just had another Nomad hop on. I'm just going to have him share just a little bit of one tip or one piece of advice, and then we're going to hop into the university itself. Good morning, Colin. Are you with us, my friend?
What's up, y'all? Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We sure can.
Absolutely. So I just wanted to hop in and say that the Nomad University not only has changed my perspective on life, but also my perspective on how I view others and conversation and building relationships. Because it's not always. I think people get caught up in sales, and it's like, oh, like I'm gonna sell you something, but really, what's above all that is I'm just trying to create a good relationship and connect with somebody. And through that, we're going to change the world, not only through good relationships, but as you guys will learn here in this university, you'll see some things that solar is definitely changing the world for the better. And whether or not we realize it, it's happening. And I think this is a great opportunity for everybody to get on the wave of helping the world, changing the world, saving the environment, but ultimately making some money along the way and saving some people some money. So that's just my 2 cents on it. Appreciate you, Danny. You've done nothing but great things for me and helped me out. So thank you so much.
Yes. And I appreciate you taking time out of your day to hop in. Colin trains professional NBA, MLB, and pro athletes. He's a movement coach. He teaches people how to do physical therapy before they even get damaged. And so he's a busy man. And so ultimately, thank you for your time, sir. I know you're a busy man. So thanks for hopping in, Colin.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Appreciate you, Danny. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So today we're going to talk about what to expect during the university. And so we're across the country, right? So sometimes we have people on the West Coast, sometimes we have people on the East Coast, and then we even have people here in Texas. Let me show y'all where I'm at. I am in the cut, downtown Dallas. And so we are live across the country. And so there are opportunities as we travel to continue to grow. I do go all across the country, and so I'm excited to be able to meet with y'all both in person and continue to meet daily virtually. So as we go through Nomad University, you will learn different tactics on not only just how to converse and how to have how to communicate at a higher level, but also ultimately you will learn some things that just make your life different. There's one cool thing that you'll realize, and as you get exposed to something, you will ultimately, you can't go backwards. Now that you know you can make $10,000 in a day, or $10,000 in a month, or $25,000 in a month or more, you can't go backwards. I mean, it's easy for me to lie to you or for you to lie to someone else, but it's hard for you to lie to yourself. So once you upgrade to this mindset, knowing what's possible, it's going to be difficult to take steps backwards. It's almost impossible to go back to working for $10 an hour or $20 an hour, getting that safety and security. And so there's power and there's confidence in being able to be your own boss and to find new relationships. One of the guys, a gentleman I follow, I've been reading his books for years, is John Maxwell. He's the most published author since, I mean, in human history on leadership. And what he says is the quality of the relationships, meaning the quality of your friends, will determine the quality of your life. And if you're hanging around with clowns or thugs or just or prissy girls and like that don't have a future in mind, that is ultimately, it's just the law of attraction. That is who you will be around for the rest of your life. And so ultimately knowing that, that's another value add to Nomad University, because everyone in this class, we come from different walks of life. We're in different chapters. Some people have sales experience and some people don't. But the beauty is the Nomad University will share with you the right tactics. And so what I suggest for y'all is to listen closely. And I mean, like, closely, there's one, like, we will listen in college and in high school, and we'll like sit there like geeked out and like take notes, like with our little notebooks, and we'll have our planners and our organizers and our folders. And then we get into a business, and we don't make money off that. But when then you get into a business opportunity, and I've seen students before, they just sit there and they just watch. And it's just in one ear, out the other. And they took high school more serious than they do their college career, or they take their college career, they finally get a chance to make serious money, and then they're just sitting there watching, or they're on their phone, or their camera's off and they're talking to their buddies, or they're driving around. And so ultimately just remind yourself, this is a new chapter in life. This is, you can't go backwards now because you've been exposed to an opportunity like this. So remind yourself you're in a new chapter. It doesn't matter if you were homeless, or what happened last year, what happened this morning, what happened last week, or what happened in your last relationship. This is a new chapter. This is where you plant your flag and you decide, hey, whoa, this guy's on fire. I don't know what's going on, but I like that energy and I want to be around that energy. And so ultimately, that sounds nice, but you have to be willing to show up. Not for me. My life is going to keep going and moving forward. Don't show up for me. You have to show up for yourself. You have to pay attention to the way that your time happens every single day. Life is either happening to you and you're just reacting, and life's coming at you and you're just doing life, or it's happening for you and you're learning lessons, and everything that comes your way is something to take away. And then you begin not just reacting to life, but controlling your time and ultimately deciding who needs to be around you. How long are you on your phone? Where are you headed? And then lean into the right now. Learn about how to be in a moment and how to disconnect from a phone and the internet, because our minds are trying to stay as busy as possible so that we don't have to expose ourselves to growth. Imagine if we were all out of shape and or obese, and we wanted to get in shape, our mind is going to try to stay as comfortable as possible. We don't want to grow. Our natural mind wants to keep us safe and in a little bubble, and we don't want to go against any resistance. Our attitude may say differently, but when it gets time to go to work, we sometimes we can shy away from something that's uncomfortable. And so we'll talk about how to be intentional with your future. Ultimately, like I said before, elevation. If you want to elevate, it requires separation. So we're going to talk about how to delete some of your bad habits, how to get rid of some of your ineffective friends, and then give yourself a 30-day plan, a 90-day transformation. And then I didn't get good at solar for almost a year because I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have a university to teach me. You just heard from Mr. Chris, who took off within his first month and ultimately gave himself like, whoa, like this can happen fast. And so, but give yourself a plan. We'll go to college for 4 years and screw around for 4 years, and then ultimately get a piece of paper at the end that says diploma. And then at that point, then we go find a job. And so give yourself a year to pay your tuition, pay your time and your effort, your energy, and give yourself a year to transform. Don't try to get rich quick overnight, but do try to get rich quick, because the economy is changing and things are happening. And so Something I want to go over is our installer. So we help people save money with solar panels. You're either paying, everyone in the United States is paying right now for electricity, and you're either paying the utility company. I mean, our parents, think about it. We grew up paying, or maybe we didn't have to pay, maybe our parents paid an electric bill and they didn't even think about it. They just, you have to pay it. What are you going to do? Just not have electricity and be Amish? No, you have to pay this light bill. You have to pay an electric bill. And so what happens is there's a transition now going on in society where people are getting solar panels installed on their roof, and then the panels on their roof are producing electricity. And then therefore we don't need the electric company to send us electricity because we're producing our own. That is the future, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. And so what's happening now is Freedom Forever is our installation. We don't get on the roof and put the panels up ourselves. I don't install panels personally. That's not what we do. That's not what you'll do. So Freedom Forever is our installation company. Think of them as the construction company that sends engineers out and does the work for us. And we are the friendly, the smiling faces, the customer service. And so what we do is Freedom Forever started, it was bought in 2015, and they were a small company. They were just doing $4 million a year in sales. And then what happened is Brett Bushy Sr., who's the CEO and founder of Freedom Forever, what he did, he's bought this company. He's a mega entrepreneur, really sharp leader, very smart businessman. And look what happened. Literally, the first year he bought it, they went up 500% in volume. They went to $20 million a year. And then they doubled, almost tripled again to 55 million. Then 104 million in 2018, then 200 million. And guess what happened in 2019? COVID, right? And so when COVID hit, guess what? Guess what? People started being and working from home again. So another reminder, I'm downtown, full of all these buildings, and now people are actually at home, working from home, which means they're using more electricity now. And so since COVID, people, like, the economy has supposedly gotten tighter, which it has. And when the more tight that the economy gets, right, the more people they don't want to spend money on stuff they don't need. And so because solar saves people money, we're not selling jet skis door to door. We're not having to do anything cheesy. We're literally helping people go from paying this bill, taking that money that they were already paying, and then pay for their solar panels, which actually pays off over time. So they save money long-term, no brainer, but now short-term. Look what happens after COVID. So as everything shrunk and things got tighter, we went from $200 million in business a year to then 400 million. And then look what happened, y'all. And then from 400 million in 2021 last year to $1 billion in sales. And then this year, it actually needs, this was in July, we're actually over $3 billion now in sales volume. So this is not a guesswork. There is money on the table. And then because Freedom has done so well and they've taken care of their clients, we now have surpassed $3 billion. This is not some local company that's just hiring anybody and putting panels up. This is professional construction. This is actually upgrading homeowners to a better, more affordable option. And so this is something that's not only changing the world, but it's changing the economy. And so Freedom this is our installation partner. And so in 2022, by the end of the year, we're going to be opened up in 43 states, and something that the Nomads have. And what's sexy, in my opinion, is that we're not, most sales companies, they say, dude, you better not cross into my territory, because this is my territory. You can't sell over here. You just better stay in your town, and you better sell your neighbors. We actually, as the Nomads, and hence a nomad as being a wanderer, somebody that has the flexibility to get up and move. So we actually have the ability to sell in all 43 states with no territories, right? So there's no, oh, I can only be here, or I can't sell my mom because she lives in Florida and I'm working here in Texas. We have the ability, and we teach and educate on how to do this nationwide. And so we are the largest private solar installer in the country. And next year, we will have over 50% of the market share, and we will be close to that $5 to $10 billion range next year. So you're either going to be moving with us, and there's an old adage that says, if you ain't moving with the moving, keep it moving. And so there's something special. Every state that you see that's green is we're already live. We operate in there. And so there's 4 ways to work with us here at the Nomads as a solar advisor. There is a hometown hero, what we call, which is like, hey, I live in Fort Worth, Texas, and I want to stay here in Fort Worth and run appointments to the local neighbors around here within my community, right? And so you wake up every day, you look at your phone has a calendar. As soon as you're trained, educated, and ready, you just go to your calendar and you're like, okay, I have an 11 a.m. appointment here. Here's the address. Here's the phone number. Okay. And I've got a 3 p.m. and I've got a 7 p.m. And then so what you do is you already have preset appointments with people looking to get into solar. They're curious about solar. They want to do an upgrade. They just need someone to come explain it to them. So that's Hometown Hero. We also do something that's pretty exclusive, but it's an invite only. It's called NWYST trips, and that stands for no matter what, you should travel. And they're also known as Blitz trips, where we may be in Scottsdale 1 month, San Diego the next month, Miami the next month, Chicago the next month, Dallas the next month. And it's 10 days on, 20 days off. So you grind with us, you grind your butt off for 10 days, and you make a multiple months income within that 10-day period. And then you have the option to take 20 days off, or you can continue working, but it's an in-person experience. We pay for your flights, we pay for your housing, we pay for the rental cars, you pay for your food, your lodging, etc. And then you come out and you work hard. And ultimately that is one of the most special opportunities. Not anyone can just come on that, and you have to qualify for that. But we also teach how to do virtual consultations, like I mentioned earlier, how to talk to people on Zoom. So technically, if you wanted to sit in your underwear or go to Mexico and sell solar on the beach in Mexico, that you know how to do that both confidently and competently. And then the last one is Hub, where we actually will travel. This is like where we go to Africa, where we go to Europe, where we go to Mexico, we go to a remote location, and it's a leadership style event where we do virtual sales in person. And this is a really exclusive opportunity, but it's another fun way to do these traveling trips. But instead of going out and meeting with the community, we are working together closely. It's like a Blitz trip, but we're not going out. We are at a influencer house where we can actually get content. We hire videographers, etc. And so anyways, every single state that's green has millions of homes in it. And even if I was the best solar advisor in the world, I can't help everyone go solar. So you're going to hear me say a lot of things this week that are redundant. You're like, dude, he keeps talking about this. And it is an indoctrination process to get your mind right on this. And so something that there's one of our kind of principles is the idea of fitness. And like when you join the gym, just because you join a badass gym doesn't mean you're going to get in shape. So you're only going to get the results that you work for. And so we don't want you to get it twisted. You will make or break this opportunity based on not my efforts, but your efforts. And so we want to reassure you that you've got this, but studying baseball, studying cheerleading, studying basketball, studying fitness doesn't get you in shape. You can't be a master of fitness and not actually do it. And so what it boils down to is understanding that there is an education side to this. But if you don't go apply it, then you're just hanging out in here, and ultimately we wish you the best. But if you don't go do the work, if you don't break a sweat in terms of going out and actually applying what you learn, you will find yourself trying to make an excuse. And so something that's very important that I really want you guys to think about, and like I can't emphasize this enough, is don't respond to me with this, but you have to think internally. Think about when you wake up in the morning. We all wake up different times. Some people wake up early, some people have kids, some people have an internal motivation. And so we have to ask yourself, what drives you? What makes you different? What's your internal motivation? Do you want a Lamborghini, or do you just want to have financial freedom? Do you want passive income? Do you want to have investment opportunities? Do you want to be able to retire your parents? You have to ask what drives you, like what motivates you. And you have to ask yourself, why would I even want to do something like this now? Like, why am I confident enough? Why am I bold enough to get plugged into an opportunity like this? I heard there's literally thousands of people making 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a month. How do I get plugged into that? Why would I want to do this now? Am I that bold to ask myself that is this serious? Is this really happening? And then last but not least, before I open it up to Jordan, let him speak for a moment, I want to ask yourself, if you could imagine, I'm going to break this screen for a second. Imagine yourself on the last day of your life, and you're on your deathbed, and you're thinking about your life. What is it that you want to get out of life? Because I can tell you, the money is nice, the like hanging out with family is nice, but you have to think of, if you were on your deathbed today and you wanted to reverse engineer, like reverse your life, like what is it that you want? And you have to be very intentional from the end, from the result, and then reverse engineer it in order to figure out what you actually want. And so there's the solar is awesome. Solar is special. It's fun. It's nice. It can tie into so many areas of your life. When you learn how to do high ticket sales, you become an expert communicator, but you have to be able to intrinsically, internally communicate with yourself to get a result that you want. And so when you think about, I'm on my deathbed and I've lived my life, what do you want that life to look like? And then you have to ask yourself, well, if he or she can do it, then like, why can't I? And so you have to ask yourself new questions, have a new mindset, and be exposed to the right things so that you can actually take action and do something special. But I love communicating. I love speaking with y'all. And I want to open it up over to Jordan. Jordan, if you could, what's a piece of advice? We're going to get into some solar here in a little bit, but what's something that that's on your heart that you'd like to share, sir?
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, Danny. Guys, really the name of the game here is discipline. Discipline is you need this in part of, regardless of like the goal or like the trajectory, the discipline is what's going to separate those who quite frankly are going to make it. I'm going to shoot straight. There's like 14 people on this call, probably about 5 of you are going to succeed, right? And really that's going to come down to how you're disciplined and you're auditing your time. And something I want to share with you guys, I think about as well, is like, you know, in the next couple of weeks or next couple of months, you know, you take this opportunity and you run with it. You know, let's say you disappeared and people were looking for you. Would they even know what you were up to? Would you have notebooks? Would you have call logs? Would you have customers? Would you have quotes? Are you going to have that work on you? And it's super simple here, guys. We're going to give you all the tools, the knowledge, the training, the sun run, the financing, the coaching, the scripts, whatever it may be, but the discipline is what's going to make or break you. I mean, it's not going to be the solar education. It's not that because you don't know people with utility bills. Everybody you know has one. It's really just going to be like that discipline. And I think the last little bit I'd want to share with you guys is, guys, take your life fucking seriously. Like, excuse my language, but take it seriously, right? And you're never going to surpass your highest expectations of yourself, right? So every day here, I got my goals right here. I got them right here. If you haven't written out your goals yet, you're a day late and a dollar short. Write them down today. Like make the commitment, whether regardless or not, if you complete Nomad University, if you end up selling solar, at least you got your shit straight and you got your goals together, right? I'm so happy and grateful. I make $50,000 a month. I'm a man of God. My family is happy and healthy. Leaders want to work with me, and I can help people unlock their potential. I see this every day. So when these things start to begin to happen, it's not a surprise. Nobody ever drifts to a desired destination. So
Say that
some,
again, please. Please say
no,
that.
nobody ever drifts to a desired destination, right? And I know you guys want to, get in here. What's an inverter? What's a battery? What's a solar? But here's the thing: like, if you don't really open up your mind and change the way you think, you're just wasting your time. Like, it really this change really starts internally. And if you guys have never, cracked multiple six figures in a year, it's not an accident. Success leaves clues, right? So with that being said, I hope you guys are taking notes. If you haven't written out your goals yet, write them somewhere where you can see them every single day. So then this way you can hold you accountable, right? The discipline factor should be the first thing you see in the day. Like, oh my goodness, is my activity right now aligning with my internal goal, right? So those of you who have children, you look in your child's face and that there's a lot of motivation there. If you don't have kids, that's fine. You don't need to have a child to have discipline, but certainly for the parents on this call, I think, I think they really, really understand how serious this has to be.
Thank you, Jordan. I just, he's told me that before, but I just think of nobody drifts to a desired destination. Nothing great happens by accident. And so something I would do for y'all, just as advice, you can go to Office Depot, you can buy one of those expo boards, those whiteboards, and give yourself a little bit like an office. If you're in a house or in an apartment, just cut off, don't work in your bedroom, get yourself a workspace, a little desk, put a whiteboard up. And I swear there's just something fun about having a whiteboard and writing something down. This is my goal. This is what I want. And I'm not scared to say it. I'm not scared to write it down. And ultimately, even down to if you didn't have a whiteboard, you can go buy sticky notes and you could write down a lot of your goals or some of your affirmations, some of the things you want to begin to tell yourself, and you place them in your car, on your mirror, on your bedside. When you open up your drawer, oh, there's my goals. And everywhere you go, you have to begin to literally, I swear, the brain is like a parachute. It only works if it's open. You have to be open-minded to change. You have to change the way that you think in order to get different results. And so there's going to be some hype, some motivation this week, and we're always excited to share and speak wisdom, speak life into you. But ultimately, we just got to be real with you as well. So we're proactive, and we're grateful for y'all not minding the cursing, but we just got to keep it real with you. And so ultimately, just a few things I want to share. My name is Danny Lynch. So a few things about me. I was born in Louisiana. I've sold solar and traveled all over the nation. I face adversity every single day. I literally challenged. I try to kick my own ass every day. I'm not ahead of you. I'm not better than you. We're just in different chapters. And I just so happened to start earlier. If we were running a marathon of life, I'm on mile 7, or I just started a little bit earlier. I'm not a boss who just kicks their feet up. I'm not even really just someone who takes any time off. I still work almost 7 days a week. I'm definitely actively working 6 hours a week, 12 hours a day personally. And so I still help homeowners go solar every single day. And I'm a born again Christian. So I serve God before I serve myself. I care about y'all, and I care about where you're headed, but more importantly, I care about the people that you guys are becoming. I care about you outside of just business. It's not just results for me. We're going to face adversity at times. We're going to face things that happen to us in life, both in business and personally, but I want to help you succeed. But I really care about the person when you start making 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a month. That you have the right attitude and that you don't make silly mistakes making $20,000 in a month and then spending $20,000 in a month, and then you left with nothing, and then now you need to go back out to work again. And so I care about ultimately helping you invest, getting your health right, getting your mindset right, and helping you grow happy, healthy, supported. I still travel all over the US, so I do look forward to personally meeting y'all. I'm in all the states that we operate in quite frequently. I love teaching, speaking, and doing. I like to show people versus just tell y'all what to do. I want to literally, and quite frequently, literally will be out in your area, will show you, hey, come here, let me show you how to do this. And so I've been fortunate enough to gain some perspective and help you guys grow. And so over this week, we're going to talk about how to get paid for your skill set, how to set goals and actually reach those financial goals. We're going to talk about how to produce interest with clients. Everyone you bump into on an airplane, at a restaurant, at a movie, at a gas station, or whether you're going door to door, whether you're at a farmer's market, you're going to teach how to produce, how to pique interest, how to get someone interested in what you're doing, and to have them support you, whether that's helping them go solar or them opening up their network. Because if you open up your phone, you go to contacts and you scroll to the bottom, you may have 100 or 200. I have almost 2,000 contacts. And guess what? Every single one of them, I don't know anyone that's Amish, but every one of them pays an electric bill. And every one of them pays an electric bill that, quite frankly, is not going down. Everything in this society that we live in is getting more expensive over time. So we're going to help you how to convert that interested person that wants to help you grow your business or wants to help themselves upgrade to solar, how to convert that into money, and then how to convert that money into free time or more leveraged time, how to get leads, how to fill your calendar, and then what to do with your free time in order to get more life, more everything, and ultimately what you're after. We also have, we're going to share with you this week on how to write your own paycheck, like literally, like how to start. We have our internal legal team that can help you launch your own business, your own 1099 business. You work for yourself. You just don't have to work by yourself. We have a community. And so literally we'll teach you how to, when you go out to lunch, when you get gas, when you get groceries, how to write these things off so that you can keep as much dollars as you make, because it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep. And so we'll talk about how to possibly become a team leader. Again, we always are recruiting, and we'd like to pour gasoline on the people, on the fire that's already lit inside of people. We want to fire, wire, and inspire individuals to do better things. And to there was Wilt Chamberlain at one point was the best NBA player, and then came Michael Jordan, and then Michael Jordan inspired the next generation, and then LeBron came along, and then now there's a new class of young goats that are in the making. And so everything that I share is I like to deliver value. I've had people pay me $25,000 to spend the weekend with them, to teach them and educate them on how to run a solar business, how to produce leads, and then more importantly, how to manage themselves. And so that same opportunity now is Nomad University, where I'm taking my time and Jordan's taking his time to share some of these principles so that you can not only take this business and take this opportunity beyond, but is our buy-in is our time and is delivering this free value to you. And ultimately, some will rise to the occasion and some will fall off. And it's okay, because at the end of the day, even if I was the best solar advisor in the world, I was helping 1,000 people personally go solar a month, and I was making $1 million a month, multiple $1 million a month, then that wouldn't even cover a quarter of Dallas. Literally wouldn't even cover like a neighborhood in Dallas. And so even if I was the best, that's why we share the opportunity of helping homeowners, humans, the planet. And it is truly a unique opportunity. And then ultimately you have a chance to, there's a lot of people within the Nomads. And so ultimately you have a chance to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. We spoke about this earlier, but we do have an upcoming Blitz trip and an NWYST trip. And again, this is You can screenshot this, but this is something that we're going to be doing here at the end of January, maybe early February, around Valentine's Day. So if you're going to love anyone on Valentine's Day, don't love me, love yourself. Take care of yourself now and prepare for this. Massive action, massive results, and massive growth. And so again, you have to take action or you won't make any money. Usually, so everyone wants to be a closer, so to speak. I want to close deals. I want to make money, but there are people, there are young kids and young individuals or new people that don't want to be closers yet. They want to leave it up to someone who's skilled enough. In-home sales or virtual sales is very crucial, and you can easily mess it up, or you can, but what a lot of people are doing is, as they're learning the process, so there's closers to deals, right? We've all heard the term, yeah, I want to be a closer, but also there's openers. There's people who go out and find interest, and then they introduce them to someone like Jordan or someone like Chris or someone like Colin, or, hey, Danny, I've got somebody that's interested in solar. Can you help them go solar? And so we have mentors in the community that if you want to open up business and just watch and shadow and learn, we do have that opportunity, and you can still make 100, 200 grand a year doing that as you learn. So instead of paying $50,000 for a college, you can actually make $100,000, $200,000 in your first year or more, just opening up business. You don't even have to learn the whole writing paperwork up and doing all of that. There's opportunities for you to obviously promote yourself. There's no politics here. And then some people can learn how to close very fast. Dude, I'm a people's person. And if you're a people's person, you know the process, then ultimately opening sometimes could be the hardest thing. Because when you find someone who's interested in solar and you can help them save money, closing is actually not that hard. It's not difficult. And so just something I found fascinating was that the average income in the United States, the average police officer or school teacher or the average person you bump into, we think about average income, people you bump into every day, was $34,000, not a month, but per year. And so what that really means is, like, damn, if that's where America's at, if that's where we're at as a society, like, do I want to settle for that? Because this is America. I mean, like that's on an annual basis. That's less than $3,000 a month. And then now you guys and ladies are exposed to an opportunity where you can make 30,000. I've had $30,000 days in solar. And I say that not to express or to impress you. I don't care about that, but to express to you what is possible. And obviously in solar, you can have a $30,000 month. And it's honestly, it's probably helping 4, 5, 6, 7 people go solar to save money. You have to help 7 people save money, 8 people save money, maybe less, maybe more, depends on each system. And you could do that in a month. And so now that you're exposed to this opportunity, you can't go backwards. The reality is we're here. And so some people say, well, who are the Nomads? What's the correlation here? And so Freedom Forever is our construction company. We are the sales division. Freedom Forever doesn't sell panels. They don't sell anything. They are a construction company. They're fulfillment. So what they do is they've hired on master dealers like us to be able to help network, help provide, and to help be a resource to homeowners, and to be that customer service, that smiling face, that in-person answering people's questions. And so we provide a simplified sales approach, both in person and virtually, and actually gives you the ability to learn the art of high ticket, I guess you could call it, sales, but more importantly, how to manage yourself as an entrepreneur. Because believe it or not, a lot of people will come in and will make money in this industry. And then as soon as they get their first $10,000 check, they get hood rich, and then they lose their motivation. They lose the inspiration. They lose sight of where they're at and the opportunity at hand. They get paid, they make $5,000 in a day, and then they take time off and they lose that motivation. It's like getting fit, getting healthy. And as soon as you got a six-pack, you go back to your bad ways and your bad habits. And so a few things that, of course, we could just talk about, but I feel like again, I'm gonna share one more time. Everything you see right here with these downtown buildings, they spend most of the time working on these skyscrapers as they're building them. They spend it on the foundation, right? The foundation is everything. And so it's important, just at least for me personally, to cover some of these basic principles so that as we do set the foundation, we're calling it out, we're speaking it out, so that as we duplicate and grow as a sales organization, these principles these seeds have been sown into you. And so something that we'll learn is as we get these skills of communication, it's almost like a superpower. We really want to focus on integrity, which is obviously doing the right thing even when no one's looking. But we care more about ethics. We care more about who you're becoming as you earn this income, ethical business practices. We want to create an inviting culture for everyone to feel welcomed. We do have a family mentality. It's not your typical business, as you can tell. We care about your pursuit of happiness. I mean, who cares if you make $1 bazillion, but you're not happy with yourself? You can't be honest with yourself. And ultimately, this is not something where you're just going to learn and then just move on with life. You have to commit to yourself to eternally work on your character. There's no graduating life. You have to ultimately continuously focus on the journey while you meet new destinations. And the last thing that I'll share is that we care ultimately about praising people in public. And if there is something we want to speak about that's more of a critique, then we're going to do that in private. If there's anything negative to say, we're going to do that in private. We're not going to, it's the worst thing to do is to have a work culture where you're calling people out for negative things in front of everyone. That's not what we stand for. And we've already talked about this. We talked about the education, the opportunity to work for yourself. I highly recommend you guys really plug into social media correctly if you are, but we do virtual trainings. We support each other, and there's so much traveling opportunities and leadership events. Believe it or not, I cover this every university. You guys, when you go into someone's house, we live in such a judgmental society. You guys, like, it's crazy, but it just makes sense that to cover these things, people judge you, and they're going to judge you one way or another. And if it's not helping you, it's probably hurting you. And when it comes down to it, you have to maintain a healthy lifestyle. If you walk into a house and you're not well groomed, you're not well dressed, you have a nice smile, you're well spoken, people will buy from you because you read books and listen to podcasts. It is a cheat code for business. The more that you learn, the more that you'll end up earning. And so it's an old adage that you have to have faith in something bigger than yourself, because if you don't, you're just going to fall to the level of your training. And you have to work on yourself. You have to be willing to acknowledge some of your bad habits. You have to face yourself, and you have to ultimately commit to that eternal development. And so we want to link arms with not everyone, but you guys have been chosen and been selected through the interview process because you've shown characteristics of being positive, humble, hardworking, engaging, proactive, not reactive, but patient, resilient, courteous, well-spoken, self-motivated. And so ultimately what a lot of people are looking for, door knocking is the name of the game. It is the ability to go communicate with homeowners, but it's not the only way, right? And so even if you were given company generated leads where they're already looking for solar, guess what? You still have to drive to that house or to call that stranger and still communicate. And if you're doing in-home sales, you're still driving up to a house and knocking on a door. Yeah, they're expecting you, but when you help that homeowner upgrade to solar, something that's mandated is that you just go introduce yourself to the neighbors. And so people say, well, door knocking, do I have to door knock? Well, I mean, why would you even ask yourself that question if you have? Door knocking is a privilege. It's an art. It's an ability to introduce yourself and to win someone over. It's how to be interested, how to be interesting, and ultimately how to just connect with a human in the snap of a finger and make them like you and to build a relationship there. And so you have to be willing to show up to yourself daily, and you can get your spot on company generated leads if you put in just 5 self-generated deals. Some people have done it. We've had a student do it in their first day where they help their friends, family, uncle, sister, brother go solar all in one day, or it may take you a week. And honestly, there's people where it's taken a month. And then it took me almost 3 months to get my first 5 deals because I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have someone that was real enough to share the life with me. And so once you do that and you pass your test and you know how to avoid some of the obstacles that come up in a conversation about helping someone upgrade to solar, then you literally get it. And so let's get to solar. We're really ending up. This is one of the last slides for today. And so solar, we're going to learn all the intricacies about solar and how it works and the different payment plans and how to get someone to switch and how to get a $5,000 commission in 1 hour helping someone go solar. We're going to cover that this week. But again, I care about you guys, so I had to lay the foundation. Same thing with Jordan. We're just eternally grateful to have Jordan here. But let's get to solar. How does it work, right? So people that you bump into, your family, your friends, or strangers that you meet are no longer stuck paying an electric bill. I mean, think about it. We have to get electricity, but now there's an option. People have a choice now, right? So there's I forget the fact Colin told me yesterday. I think it's either 40 or 80 million homes in the United States, not 1,000, millions of homes. And so these homes now either stay with the old electric company, which is getting more expensive every single day, month, and year. And so they're either going to stay doing that or they're going to upgrade to the new. And obviously we know solar is the future, which is why we're here. But so millions of homeowners now, they don't realize it because it's like we live a fast-paced society. We watch Netflix, we watch football, we're focused on other things. But now homeowners have an option to switch. And so what happens is literally the installation on the day they finally get installed, it takes like 2 to 4 hours. It's a really simple switch. And homeowners can rent their panels and just have free panels installed on their roof through our partner Sunrun, or they can purchase their own panels through our finance bank. They can basically, if you want to buy a house, right? I don't have $500,000 for a house. Oh, well, it turns out you could just pay for it monthly with $0 out of pocket. You don't even need a down payment. You can just pay for it monthly, just like you're paying an electric bill. So your electric bill goes away for good. And then you, instead of paying $200 a month for electricity, maybe you're paying $160 or $150 or $100 a month for owning. And so you're literally switching an old bill that's always going to keep getting more expensive to a more affordable ownership. It would be like if you're spending $3,000 to rent a house, and then your friend, who's a real estate agent, aka solar advisor, comes by and says, dude, you've been doing, oh man, dude, you could own a house, pay a mortgage, and literally just pay less. And then eventually you own your house. And it's like, what? That's an option now? Yeah. And that's what's happening with solar. But either way, as we expose people to the new option of switching and saving people money, now people literally, they have a decision to make. Just like you guys have a decision to make every day to show up to work and to get after it. People now have a decision. They're not stuck with the utility company anymore. And so the simplicity is people have options now. We're not stuck with the electric company. And so ultimately, when it comes down to it, this is just a simple little script. I will screenshot this and send that to you. But if you wanted to maybe reach out to someone you knew and you didn't know what to say, it's literally as simple as this. If it was a stranger, I'll share how it works with a stranger in a second, but it's very simple. Hey, Uncle Jim, quick question. You own your home over in Texas, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, so I just started a new career in solar energy. It's our company, Freedom Forever, is actually going crazy in Texas right now. I just got started with them, helping homeowners like save money with solar. And I'm a little bit nervous. So I just wanted to get going and get some practice with something friendly. Let me know if you're open to helping me. Sure, Johnny, how would I help? Well, before I get access to more advanced training, I just need to observe the process, kind of see how a solar quote works. And all I need for you is just to like book a quick little meeting. It can be done on the phone or in person, but I can watch the entire process. It only takes a few moments. It kind of depends on your questions. And so, oh, well, I'm sure I can do that. Okay, sweet. So quick question. Do you know if you're paying like more than like $65 a month? And oh no, Tom, I'm spending $110 a month. And then whatever they say, you just write that down, you notate it. Awesome. And then would you be able to do it today or like maybe tomorrow, or when would be a good time? It just won't take long, and then they'll tell you when. And so that's as simple as it is. There, you guys can take action with that, but it's there's no pushy, cheesy sales tactics. All we do is say, hey, this is how it works. This is how we plug in someone's electric bill, see if we can help them. That you see a proposal, a consultation being done, and then that ultimately will show you a lot more than just what a virtual academy could do, because they say that an hour in the field, meaning an hour of actually doing something live with a real client, beats 40 in the classroom. And so it's nice to like watch baseball or study basketball and, oh, wow, they're doing this and that. But to get on the court, to get on the field and actually do something, you can learn very fast and teach yourself through watching and listening. And so with that being said, that's the simplicity for today. Jordan, do you have any words before we just go around and
absolutely. And guys, like coming up this week, we're actually obviously going to show you guys how to build a quote, and like you're going to get an example of the savings. And like if you guys have never been around solar before or really understand how much capital people can save, it's amazing, right? But here's the thing, especially when you're talking to like your friends or your family, don't overpromise. The more neutral and detached you can be from that interaction, you're going to create what's known as posture during the engagement. So same example with your Uncle Jim. Hey, Uncle Jim, you own your house in Texas, right? Oh yeah, Jordan, I do. I got you. Uncle Jim, would you possibly be open to like a free energy assessment? Well, what do you even mean, Jordan? Well, I just got started with my new solar advisor career, Uncle Jim, and I need somebody kind of friendly to practice on. I was kind of hoping if you'd be open to maybe like that possibility. I'm not even sure, Uncle Jim, if we could actually even save you any money. You'd just be doing me a small favor. Now, who does not want to do Jordan a small favor, right? But once you guys see the savings that you can actually help somebody with, it's really important to kind of keep that stuff internal. You don't want to verbally vomit on someone. You don't want to assume. You don't want to try to convince. Sales is not combative. It's working together in unison. And the best way you can do that is try to remain neutral as process. I will do more training on this as time goes by. But this is known as NEPQ, neurological persuasion questions. You guys are welcome to Google Jeremy Miner. In my opinion, pound for pound, the best sales trainer in the game right now. But needless to say, that was just like a little snippets of NEPQ. But if you guys can learn to just master that and staying neutral throughout the entire process, I guarantee you we can get you to $10,000 within the first 30 days. I promise it can happen. So that's what I got, Denny.
Thank you. And but yeah, and then thank you for sharing. Yeah, that's why I love solar, is because I don't have to be cheesy, I don't have to be pushy, I don't have to be signed today or you lose the benefits. It's like I go into a house And I say, and I find out how much they've been spending, and then literally provide them with a new solution, and then just allow themselves to just do like, they make their own decision, but they're gonna make a decision based on what they see, not what I have to vomit on them. They literally, everyone's tuned in to WIIFM, which is a channel called What's in It for Me. And everyone just wants what's best for them. And so when you show them two options and you say, you're either doing this or you're doing that, and either way, my life's going to keep moving. But when people see, okay, I've got this or I've got that, I don't like that one so much, I'm going to choose this. And either way, it's like if gas was $5 a gallon here or $2.50 here, if they're saying no to solar at $2.50, what they're really saying is yes to $5 a gallon, and nobody wants to do that. And so ultimately, we try to remain as neutral as possible. And especially when you're getting started, you don't need to be the sales expert. It's okay to say, man, I'm just getting started. I'm just learning more, but I tell you, here's where I'm headed. I'm going to the top, and with or without you, and I'm motivated, I'm fired, wired, and inspired, but I'm not sure if we can help you yet. But if you'd like what I could do it, and then you take that. We learn a lot from Jordan. Jordan is a sales expert, a sales trainer, and a consultant. So it's nice to have him here every single day. But with that being said, yeah, it'd be nice to just start going around as we exit this call. We'll start with Michael and just say just who you are and where you're at. Just try to give us a little 30-second introduction, and welcome to the Nomads, my friend. Michael, can you hear us?
Yep. Hello.
How's it going, my friend?
Good. Well, currently I'm just a college student studying biology. Living at home with my family right now. I took a quick hiatus, about 2 years from college after COVID hit, moved up to Virginia, and I worked and lived by myself and kind of learned what that was all about. And then I came back down to Florida to restart my college journey. And I can't wait to get started. This sounds like a great opportunity.
Awesome, man. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Let's go over to Mr. Lucas. How are you this morning, sir? What are you excited about?
Pretty good. Little background. I moved to San Francisco about a year and a half ago. Originally from Los Angeles. And so honestly, I've been a private chef for the last 6 years. And so I'm just excited to put the people skills to use.
Nice, man. Yeah, I love the service industry. Hopefully one day we'll be able to cook together, man. That'd be exciting.
Awards, so I could teach you a few things.
Thanks, brother. I'm excited to be linked with you, man. Mr. Jose, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How you guys doing today?
Super blessed. Thank you for asking.
You hear me?
Yes, sir. we
Okay.
hear you.
Nice. Yeah. I'm currently in West Palm Beach, Florida. I was born and raised here, and yeah, we're out here in Florida, man. We're gonna try to sell some solar. And thanks for the opportunity to Jordan and you for teaching the class. But yeah, if I'm in Florida, and I'm looking forward to selling some solar
Yeah, helping some
and
people.
learning,
Yes, sir.
and
The more you learn, the more you earn.
helping some people as well, save some money.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Over to Mrs. Kayla. Good morning, Kayla.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. How are y'all?
Excited to be here with you. Tell us what you're excited about.
Okay, so I am a mom of 4. I am general contracting my own home, which I've never done before. It's kind of position I was thrown in, so I'm learning a lot there. And I'm looking for this opportunity because I'm wanting to stay being a mom, and I want to be able to prioritize my family, but also add to my family and add to our income and make our lives better as a whole. So I'm real excited about this.
Excited. You're over in Texas, is that right?
I am. I'm in a small town, not so small anymore. It's called Aledo, and we're west of Fort Worth. And I was born and raised here, and now my kids go here. And so I love it because I think I'm going to tap into the growth that's happening out here. And I think that's just going to work in my benefit. So
Wonderful. We're excited to have you, Kayla. Let's move over to Mr. Alexander, my friend. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
How are y'all doing this morning?
We're blessed. We're excited to be with you, Alex.
I'm blessed as well. A little bit of background about myself. I own about 4 or 5 homes. I do heavy equipment operation. I have a daughter, and I'm ready to get selling some solar to be able to put my daughter through college and give her the best life possible. I'm a family man, just ready to rock and roll, man.
Hell yeah. Well, excited to be connected with you, man. It's there's so many different personalities here, y'all, that we have a chance to grow with, and soon enough we'll find ourselves crossing paths. There are 18-year-olds that are crushing it in solar, and then there's people in their 50s and 60s that are slaying it in solar. And so it's our ability to connect with other humans that make us special. And some people are young and they're crushing it. Some people, it takes them a year to figure it out, and then they slay it. And so it's ultimately an eternal process. But yeah, let's move over to Mr. Sean. Had a great conversation with you, Sean. Excited to hear about you, Sean.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to be on the call with y'all today.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, my name is Sean Miles. I'm 18 years old. I actually came from Meraki Solar, and I was doing 3 to 4 sales every week on average, and started to become a closer. Kind of got into an injury, but I'm very excited. I am from Destin, Florida, the Panhandle, so I'm excited to start selling solar because it's popping down here.
Yes, sir. Well, excited to have you, my friend, and looking forward to growing and building with you. And I just now realized, because we got your name is Little Beast, so I realized that we got 2 Seans in here. So over to the next Sean. How are you this morning, Sean?
Hey everybody. So my name is also Sean. I live in North Carolina right now. Lived here for a little over a year, but I grew up mostly in Massachusetts and Rhode Island in New England. I worked for 5 years previously as a door-to-door canvasser, working on campaigns, including clean energy, solar and wind. So I love going door to door, talking to people, being outside, connecting on issues that I really care about, like clean energy and the environment. So looking forward to doing this.
Yes, sir. We're excited to be here alongside you, sir. Let's move over to Lindley. If you're with us, good morning, Lindley.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. We see you're on the road, so keep your eyes on the road.
Okay, perfect.
Want to hear from you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. My name is Lindley. I am from Indianapolis, and I'm actually on my way back there for the holidays, and I'm currently living in Pensacola, Florida. I have been working in the service industry for about 6 years or so, and it's definitely gotten to a place where it's a little complacent, not really my cup of tea, not very enjoyable. And I'm a person that is very focused on and dedicated to self-growth and self-development. And this job seemed like a really perfect fit. I am by no means a solar expert, but I am very excited and ready to learn and see what I can do out in the solar industry.
Wonderful. Well, excited to have you here with us, Lindley. Drive safe. Sounds like you got a trek ahead of you, so be safe, and looking forward to continuing growing with you. Let's see, over to Jefferson. Jefferson is over in Dallas. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Joel. My name is Jefferson, and I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm from Arkansas, but I just moved to Dallas, Texas, and I'm really excited to do these solar cells because actually right now I'm doing like roofing. So, and I know roofing and solar goes along. So I think this is more than an opportunity. I think this is a bless, to be honest, because that's a great opportunity to make more money, and not just that, just make like new friendships and all that. And I think once I get fully trained, and I start making more money, I'm gonna be able to help my family a lot better.
Amen. That's what it's about. We're excited to link arms with you. And there's a really special opportunity for, I think, within the Latino and Hispanic community, because as good as a solar advisor I could be, with me, I'm still learning Spanish. And so without that, I mean, having two languages is such a skill in this day and age. And so it's there's always even more opportunity for someone who's bilingual. So it's excited to be here with you, and to be here in person in Texas to another Texan. So excited, man. Well, God bless you. And we're just wrapping up for the day, y'all. Appreciate you being patient. These will be there will be certain people who thrive and grow in this class. And sometimes you may be like, damn, dude, I thought he was going to be the best, but I don't even see him or her anymore. There people will drop off. And ultimately, it's just like the gym. Everyone's in at January, and then February and March comes around and you're like, damn, I didn't see that person anymore. So it happens, but it's okay, y'all. So it's just life. Not everyone's cut out for it, but there is something exciting coming. But I want to jump over to Mr. Robert. Good morning, sir. How are you, my friend?
Sorry about that. So I'm Robert. I live in Florida. I'm at St. Augustine. I'm actually in a mom and pop store right now, just selling a few things. Just trying to make a little money while I'm doing this. Always love to strive to push myself to be the best I can, and to always stay busy and do anything I can to just better myself and the people around me. And that's
Yeah, and that's what I love about solar, is you meet so many like-minded individuals, but there's a lot of people that are in this class and not on the Zoom, but a lot of people say, hey man, I got this career, but I want to get into solar, and they work part-time until they're ready to go full-time. And so that's the beauty of being able to work on yourself, is you can have another career, you can have another opportunity, and these skills that you learn inside of Nomad University will translate over to your other careers as well. And then last but not least, we've got two more other individuals. We've got iPhone. We've got Mr. iPhone here at the top right. It is, if you could, we don't have your name, but just introduce yourself. My friend in the beautiful blue shirt. You're dressed nice. I like the way you're dressed. You're sharp. You look sharp this morning. Welcome.
Hi, sorry, my name is I'm Eric.
Eric.
And I'm Eric. I'm from Roseville, California. Roseville, you guys probably don't know it. It's right next to Sacramento, the capital.
Beautiful, Eric.
Yeah, and so I'm 20 years old, and my first year of working, I worked at Burger King. So working a minimum wage job. I've watched my older siblings, older cousins work minimum wage jobs since they turned 18, and I'm a hard worker. So really getting into solar or sales in general, I just wanted my ability to match my pay. I don't like busting my ass and seeing me make $15 an hour the same as the person who's doing nothing.
Exactly, man. Dude, what a special opportunity to be plugged into at 20 years old, to be able to work on yourself and grow. I'm like genuinely excited for all of y'all, but I mean for just to have this mindset of like, well, yeah, this guy's 20 years old, and some of y'all might even be younger or older, but to be locked in, it doesn't matter how old you are, there's a wisdom that comes with experience. And whether you're 30, 40, 50, or 20 or 25, everyone's on their own journey. Just like when you join the gym, you can get in shape fast, or you could do it a lifetime, or you could do it for a day and then quit. And so excited to be here with you. I love Roseville. I've done plenty of shopping at the Galleria, the mall up there. I'm always in the 916. And so I look forward to seeing you soon. But over, last but not least, Mr. EF. I'm excited to be connected with you. Share us a little bit on your background, sir, and give us a proper introduction.
Hello, everybody. My name is Edward. EF stands for Edward Franks. I'm from Richmond, California. A lot of people probably don't know where that's from either. Near Oakland, near San Francisco, just across the bridge. I'm coming to this opportunity because I would like to improve my learning base. I love to take in knowledge as much as I can with every aspect. I've been about in every industry you can think of work-wise, restaurants, construction, all that kind of stuff. So this is just another opportunity for me to learn, another opportunity for me to grow myself and my personal skills. And, of course, that comes from making money. But of course, like you were talking about earlier, that's not the goal. I'm pleased to meet everybody, hope to work with everybody, hope everybody gets this opportunity and stays, because I could tell you guys that this is not a regular opportunity and this is not for everybody. So I hope that everybody stays and does hard work.
Yes, sir. I like you. I like you already. Well, Mr. Jordan, if you could share us a potential nugget or something to look forward to with tomorrow's call, I will. And then after that, we will get going. We're almost Johnny on the spot with 1 o'clock, rolling around 1 o'clock Central Time. And so every day is about 90 minutes. But there's just so much value that you guys are going to take away over the next few days. But any last words of advice, Mr. Jordan?
Yeah, 100%. Thanks, Danny. I would really encourage you guys, just kind of backtrack on what I shared earlier today. If anything today, like really like take your future serious. You don't have to wait until January to like make all these commitments to yourself. Really just spend 5 or 10 minutes in silence and like write out a goal sheet, like write it out, sign it, and put it somewhere where you can see it every day. This is half the battle. You guys do this, you show up with an open mind. I'm promising you, we can make all of you at least $10,000 within the next 30 days, but you have to be the boss of you and you have to exercise discipline. So if anything, you guys do anything today, if I never see you again, whatever it may be, just take your life seriously and write down your goals and put them in a place where you can see them. If you're doing this, you're already beating 99% of the population. So that's what I have.
Wonderful, man. Thank you. Thank you. Michael S says, what was the name of the business author you told us about earlier? I believe you were referring to John Maxwell, who talks a lot about leadership. And again, like there's so much. I wish that I could just like pour everything I know into y'all right now, but there's just so much value in just waking up early, watching a motivational video, going to YouTube University free of charge. And just
he's talking about Jeremy Minor. Minor.
Yeah. Jeremy Lee Minor. Yeah.
Jeremy Minor.
Yeah. Jeremy Lee Minor. He really talks about how to sell without being salesy, the old school sales techniques. Jeremy Lee Minor, I'm telling y'all, if just on Instagram, follow me, follow Jordan, but also follow Jeremy Lee Minor. We a lot of us have been indoctrinated into social media and Facebook and all these things. But if social media, it's either consuming you or you're consuming it. But if you start to look up Jeremy Lee Minor and you start following new people, you'll see new sales tactics. You'll see more about solar. And ultimately, you can begin to leverage social media as a resource to get into the community. With that being said, God bless you guys. I'll see y'all same time tomorrow, if possible. I highly suggest camera, just not only for everyone, but cameras on, be sharp, have your notebooks ready, try to go get that whiteboard today, and then ultimately try to get some electric bills so that we can set a time to practice, whether it's with a stranger or yourself or a family member, so you can begin to see the process and see the simplicity of how solar works. And then ultimately either myself or Jordan or one of the other already trained nomads can walk you through that process. But when you see how easy it is, you'll learn two things. A, that it's very simple, but at the same time, how much more you need to learn. And Nomad University is not the start all end all, it's a foundation. And then at that point, you guys will have the tools and resources to build on top of, like a skyscraper gets, and you guys will decide how many floors you want to add. So with that being said, no matter what, we win. Nomads do things differently, and you guys have a chance. You're now a part of a community, and we're excited to link arms with you. Follow us on social media. Stay active in that WhatsApp. If you have any questions or you find anything cool about solar, share that in there. But yeah, other than that, God bless you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow, same time. Adios,
See you
everyone.
guys. See you guys.
Later.